The home stretch is here, and so is serious jockeying for playoff position. No suspense, though, about the regular season champ. The best part of the season is almost here, and there's nowhere better to find out about it than right now on ECHL Week.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of ECHL Week. Today we come to you from the Huntington Center in Toledo, Ohio, home of the Toledo Walleye. An annual rite of spring is here, the mad dash for Kelly Cup playoff positions. Entering the third last weekend of the regular season, 24 of the league's 28 teams are either in or within 8 points of a playoff spot. And unlike some previous seasons, there are serious races in both conferences. In the West, the top 4 teams, Missouri, Fort Wayne, Idaho, and Allen, look to be heading to the postseason. But for the final 4 Western spots, 8 teams are still within striking distance. In the East, it's a similar situation. If the top 4, Toledo, South Carolina, Manchester, and Florida, play something approaching .500 hockey, they'll be in the playoffs. But for the final 4 spots, 8 teams are still in the hunt. Let's hear from a couple of Eastern coaches who were in the thick of the playoff battle.
Like I talk about, as a group, I said, we put ourselves back in position to control our own destiny now. And what we got to worry about as a group is, we don't need to get caught in the scoreboard watching. We just got to control our own destiny, worry about our own games every weekend. And I really like where this team has come together as a group. We still got guys going in and out of the lineup. We probably have guys coming back even more so soon, but it's about that core group sticking together, and I really like where this group's headed.
I like our roster. I like our makeup of our team. We got to make sure that we're not looking too far ahead of things and looking at how many games we have left or who we're playing in a week's time. It's cliche, but let's take it one period at a time, and make sure we're doing the things that we need to do. We're detailed in our approach. We have good practices. We're practicing with a purpose, and we're taking care of our body because we've had a tough schedule.
To just about no one's surprise, the Missouri Mavericks have clinched their first Brabham Cup. The trophy, which is awarded to the ECHL team with the best regular season record, was earned by the Mavs as a result of their March 23rd victory over Evansville. Ryan Lomberg of the Adirondack Thunder has added his name to a very exclusive list, those ECHL players who have scored 4 times in one game this season. In a recent 6-2 victory at Orlando, Lomberg scored the first 4 goals of the game. The first 2 came in the opening period, one on a backhand shot and the second on the power play. The hat-trick goal came on a slick wraparound, and his final score of the night, and 16th of the season, was on a wrister from the slot. Line mate Peter MacArthur assisted on all of the scores. The South Carolina Stingrays and Washington Capitals have extended their affiliation agreement through the 2017-18 season. The Stingrays have been affiliated with the Capitals for 10 of the last 12 seasons, and the Rays have seen numerous players advance to the NHL with Washington, including Capitals goaltenders Braden Holtby and Philip Grubauer. A star from the ECHL's early days will be inducted into the Admirals Hall of Fame on April 8th. In just over 2 seasons, from 1989 through 91, with then Hampton Roads, forward Murray Hood accounted for 214 points in 138 regular season games. The Toronto native was 6th to the ECHL in scoring in both of his full seasons and was named as a second-team All-Star both years. He helped the Admirals win their first Riley Cup title in 1991, then was assistant coach of the 92 Riley Cup champs.
Hi, this is Chris Lanko of the Elmira Jackals, and you're watching ECHL Week.
The Atlanta Gladiators have missed the playoffs the last 2 seasons and have won only 1 playoff round since 2009. This season started out differently as Andy Brandt, in his first full season as head coach, had the team near the top of the South Division standings for much of the first half. However, in the last month, the Glads have struggled, winning just once since February 27th. Atlanta is still in the Eastern Conference playoff hunt. Let's hear from some of the Gladiators.
Tough road ahead of us. You said it. We play Florida, South Carolina, and Greenville pretty much the last month and into April. So tough South Division down there, and we have to worry about 2 points on a nightly basis. Hockey is now, you saw it with LA a few years back when they got in at 8th and they won the Stanley Cup. Now it's, the top 8 teams in each conference are really good hockey teams, and there's not such a wide range from 1 to 8. That's what it's all about. Just get in.
With our conference, our division, everyone's really close, really tight within a few points. So we gotta just make sure we bring our A game night in and night out here for the final stretch and do what we do. We gotta bring a full 60 for each game and got to keep pushing forward to the playoffs.
Our goal is to make the playoffs, obviously, and I mean, you look at the Eastern Conference, and it's crazy. I mean, every single team is doing great, and you know, you have to win on a consistent basis to make the playoffs, and I mean, that's our goal. And you know, obviously, our goal is to make the playoffs, but you know, we also make some noise in the playoffs.
Joe Ernst answers a viewer's question, plus lots of highlights are coming up next on ECHL Week.
People think I'm driven. Hopefully they look at me and they see hard work and determination. But if they'd look closer, they'd see something more. Every time I fly down the ice, with every single shot I take, and with every roar of the crowd, they'd realize there's nothing I love more than playing hockey. I'm Sidney Crosby, and I'm made of hockey.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Cheers.
Take time to be a dad today.
Hi, this is Matt Ginn of the Atlanta Gladiators, and you can tweet me at GinnandTonic35.
Well, most teams, Jason, do have patches on their shoulder. Each team individually has different relationships with their affiliates. So some of them have them on their sleeves, and some of them have them in their websites, team websites and everything else. So it's all a per NHL organization on what you can and can't do as far as their logo and everything else from an ECHL end. We just can't use it without getting the permission of each team and their affiliation.
Hi, this is Eric Veyer of the Norfolk Admirals. You are watching ECHL Week.
Now it's time for a look at our highlight games of the week.
Good play in the defensive zone by Damian Cross. He springs Fallon to center. Fallon into the offensive zone. Backhander scores! Jake Fallon was off to the races after the good chip pass in the defensive zone. Dukes it out with Winston Day-Chief and turned the puck over. Pass in front, they score! Sparks took the puck away and threw it right in front for Spencer Pommels. Backhand softly into the Rapid City zone. It was stopped at the top of the circle by Mastro DeCasa, but now Pommels gives it away. Jake Fallon on a breakaway. Save made by Murata. Dumps it into the Rapid City zone as Mastro DeCasa goes after it with Andrew Carroll. Steelheads took it away. Top of the left circle. Cameras a drive, he scores. Stefanovic stood up by Baldwin, but it came to Pommels instead. Pommels in front, has Stefanovic to the net, and they score. Brandon Combe thought he made the initial save, and right now the Steelheads protesting referee Mike Sheehan, who made the call. Left-handed shot will swing to his right. Very slowly into the offensive zone, coming wide, comes to the front, and fires and scores. And Ryan Walters has the shootout winner.
Side boards. La Raza works free with it. He steps out in front, tied up by Courier. Good defensive play by the forward as it's played back to the point. Donahoe one-time shot goes off the pipe in between the legs of Owen and tapped in. Back to Stroh, down into the corner. Spinning his home, and he works away from Quast. Will take it behind the net, step out, play it back in up top. LaBeouf walks in, shot, he scores! By McDonald, and while falling to the ice, the Warrior will clear. Courier gets to it. He drops it to Lankow for a high-rising shot. He scores! A laser beam, short-handed. Kitson softly lays it towards the front for Fornataro, but it's knocked away by Goulakis. Kitson with it again to Luntanyami. Back to Kitson in the circle. He'll turn down low, try to go short side. He scores. With the way that this one was entered. Morris walking the other way. He scores. And it's 3-2 Monarchs. Will come to the near side, but Holman comes free. McPherson has Lankow backdoor. Gives it to him. He scores! Drops it for McDonald in the corner. McDonald trying to power on the forehand. Shoots and scores! It's over! Jacob McDonald, the hero! And the Jackals win 4-3. That is a big extra point for the Pack, who completes the weekend sweep.
Alberga still with the puck. He'll play it out to Oslansky, looking for a shooting lane. That goes off of the post and in! Lowe, Miller, and Huff out here. It's a bad pass. It goes right in front of the net, and Ian Lowe ran into the defenseman and took Robinson out in the process. It goes to the far blue line, a wrist shot, and the Thunder go up 2-0.
There, looks like Drzinski was trying to get his boys back into this game, try to get a little momentum swinging back their way, but Lure did a good job standing up for himself as well. He's a tough customer.
Face-off is Shantz. Drzinski off the draw. Ludwig, deep slot, Anilowski, left wing boards. And now behind the net, there's a pass in front, a shot, and a goal. As Drzinski with a one-timer over the glove of David Shantz. Kerbashian down the middle lane, Kerbashian to the right boards. Works it across near side to Isaacson. Isaacson through a screen, he scores! Drzinski in the high slot, wrist shot, that went wide of the mark. Barnes got to it off the bounce off the end wall. Anilowski at the blue line, right side shoots, he scores. This is on the far circle. Neal kicks it to the far boards, and time expires. The Thunder knock off the Mavericks for the first time in regulation with a 4-2 win here tonight.
That wraps up another edition of ECHL Week from the Huntington Center in Toledo, Ohio. Thanks for watching. As we wrap up the program today, we have the help of some scouts who are going to say goodbye.